Skritter is a Mandarin learning tool specifically designed to help you read and write. You can download the app on iOS or on Android, and you can even use it on the web. It's got a lovely little feature where you can learn the stroke order of different characters just using your finger on the screen or the mouse on the browser version. It even has a built-in spaced repetition system. For those of you who don't know what that means, it's just a way of helping you remember words by showing you the words just before you forget them. You can go and have a look at their website. The link is in the description as always, and the promo code is Mandarin Monkey. Mandarin Monkey, on the other hand, is a master at speaking and listening, as we already have an online teaching platform ready and waiting for you to kickstart your Mandarin today. We honestly do have the best teachers in the universe, and if you don't believe me, go and have a look at mandarinmonkey.com/lessons or mandarinmonkey.com and book yourself 30 minutes free just to have a chat with one of our teachers and see how you feel. Again, links in the description. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and...
Mandarin Monkey 广播时间
Why, hello there and welcome back to the Mandarin Monkey Podcast, episode 3332.
第300
332集
Yeah,
332
Don't confuse me.
对不起 Yeah, 今天是300
No, 232
Oh, it's
不是300 232集
Right, okay, great. So we both don't know what number it is. It's getting to the point, though, I think, where it's there's so many of them now. Can you stop turning my seat? You're actually turning me away from you. So like...
对不起
不要说话。
把你转回来。
Yeah, what it means is 汤起飞。
我是 Yula.
And we hope you're having a fantastic Friday. Our week is being stressful, yes! Full of anxiety, but you know, that's kind of normal, isn't it? But we hope that you guys are having a good life.
Yeah.
Do you know what? You kind of, when people, you don't really, it's about envy, isn't it? It's about envy. You become envious of other people's lives when you're in times of, 压力 and 紧张担心 So 我可以 like can like I don't know like a whatever another person 他们的生活的情况 maybe it's like 很无聊 but it's simple.
Yeah.
And I sometimes look at those lives, like you look at like a 农夫 or something, and I know it's hard being a 农夫, it's really hard 很辛苦很難的工作 but sometimes you look and think We saw that guy up in that Taiwan 人的很台语的人 in the shan. You remember who did the
在山上
Yeah.
哦，你说他
你告訴我的是琵琶對啊 Oh, that's my name for the next one.
琵琶琵琶山
Yeah. And he did and his job was to obviously not plant the tree, maybe plant the trees at the beginning, but then go and collect all the fruit and put little bags around the fruit. So like the insects don't get them or whatever around all these pipa, these fruits. And there must have been
很大
like 2,000 trees.
是山哦，他们都是山 他们不是一个像果园这样，它的是果园山
对
它好像是2座山这么多的枇杷
Because we have fields, right?
对
But this was, I was on a mountain. It was like his land on the farm was like just up and down a number of these mountains, and then all over them were these 枇杷树 And he had to put like 很小的袋子 around these little 枇杷 just to keep the bugs off every single fruit. So each tree maybe has 不知道30个吗？
对，差不多
like maybe 30 fruits or whatever on them, and he had to put little bags around anyway. So that's his job, and that must take him maybe And obviously he hires people to help him, of course. 当然需要
2座山的水果
一个人 And that must take him like a month to do every day, just out there putting bags around fruit. Must take him a month, 2 months, 3 months, I don't know, but a long time.
我不知道，我感觉很久。
很久。
对，因为它也是一个季节性的，它不是 春夏秋冬都有的，它就是一定要在秋天才会有的水果。
Yeah, no,
所以它秋天卖完之后，它就要开始从冬天开始把那个袋子放上去。
Oh, right,
包装
during winter.
所以它有3个季节的时间是没有钱的。
Yeah, no. So that's the difficult thing. So he has to make like his whole like year or season's money at the end of that season, right? And then the rest of the time just growing and there's no earning.
对啊。
So you sell all your products, you get all the money, and you use that money to
再去买更多袋子，买更多什么种子之类的。
Your overheads, right? And then you hire more help and all that kind of stuff and anything else. But you look at these life, I see some people like, you know, like, I don't know, 汽车, whatever, right by the river. And I think, what's your life like? And maybe they're a fruit shop owner. And I think, that's your life. That's it. How simple is that? How nice is that just to do that thing? But when was 到他们的麻烦，他们的 you know what troubles they have?
对啊，他们一定有自己的担心。
Everyone has it, right?
对啊。
所以现在我们有很多担心，但是我们会试试看。No, it's not even about trying. We're going to get through it. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy, to be honest.
真的吗？
See you guys, and where am I? This one?
错了。
No. No, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy in the sense that I know that this is a part of our lives. 我们的生活，我们会 reflect upon and go, do you remember when? It's not a part of our life where we'll go, where we'll look back and go, I wish we'd never, or a whole way thing. I just think it'll be do you remember when we did that? Oh my God, that was so nice. This will be a podcast conversation episode, whatever number we're on now, 250 or whatever it is. Is that ma? This will be a podcast conversation then.
Yeah.
About the Jinjiang, about the Yalin, about how we've managed to find like 找 like a 很好的学校 for Kyrie, 很好的学校 for Mason, 然后
还有我们的家
Max 我们有 like 很好的 nanny 还是我们的 nanny 我的妈会帮我们you know, take care of him or whatever, and we'll reflect and we'll go, oh, do you see, remember how we were like, you know, and we got it all sorted, like we'll get through it, like every single thing we've done in 我们的生活 we've got through, and we're still here now.
Yeah.
Doing this. And everyone out there who is currently going through that, whatever that 情况 is, you're going to get through that as well. Although right now it may not feel like it. Like right now, 我跟你的睡觉是 like 睡得不好，对不对？
睡得很不好，非常不好。
And it's not just because 我们有了Max。
我觉得 Max 还好，我觉得 Max 已经不是我们的问题，就是我们睡觉的问题。但是还是会就是常常要起来啊，看他，因为他在哭，或者还要抱抱，
放他的嘴在他的嘴巴里。
但是他不是那种就是我起来了，然后你要就是呼呼我，给我1个小时、2个小时 ，and then back to sleep， 那是不一样的。那他还是会把你，就是还是会让你睡得很不好。但是我觉得 Max 应该不是一个问题。我们现在的问题是我们的生活的压力，对不对？就是我们的房子在哪里，我们的学校在哪里，然后反正很多事情要担心了。
对，我现在我的问题是 I can't, it's not 我的担心不会 like 让我去睡觉。It won't let me get to sleep. It keeps my brain on constantly, just overplaying what if, and it doesn't help. It doesn't help the anything, right? But,
谢谢。
So yesterday, like just 我们的消息，第一是 we saw a house in a place in the UK.
他是蛮安，他说在那个网络上面的广告，他说是一个很安静的地方。
Yeah, it is. So it's a peaceful place.
对，因为旁边都是什么田园啊 ，fields， 然后农场啊、树林啊之类的，所以就是蛮安静的一个地方。
对。It is. Well, it's a village, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we come from, we lived in a place called Newbury, which is a town. Before that, I lived in Reading, which is a city. So I went city, town,
Yeah.
And then this one's a village, right? So it's even smaller than Newbury. It's way smaller. And just peaceful, much more peaceful. And then next to that, the smaller than that, you go out into the country.
对，就是比如说你去买东西什么，你都要开车开很久。
Yeah, 这是
去学校也要开车，
但是
就是安静的，对，远离城市。
Yeah. So it's like pros and cons, isn't it?
对。
But you don't need to go out for food. You just buy it online.
可是他们也很辛苦啊，他们要骑这么远。
The only problem is 学校是问题，可是他们需要去。But
还有我们发现他们的 reception， 他们的网络不太好，他们讯号不好，因为太 remote， 就是太偏远了。
对 and that was one of the problems yesterday. I was calling my dad, but the reception was real bad for him. So I guess the reception in a village.
对。
And that makes sense. In a village reception would be pretty bad. So that was kind of like because 我们的工作是我们需要很多的网络。
对。
So yeah, this is a bit of a 问题. So we haven't put an application in for that one yet. And by the way, so our main worry, one of the worries on our list is we need to 我们需要找到 like we've said this before, a house to live in to rent immediately. 马上 we want to move in immediately when we land on August the 21st and then hit the ground running sort of thing. And we're still looking. But we got a viewing tonight. My dad is going around to view a place tonight.
对。
That looks okay. The area is okay. It's near Reading, which is not okay for me. But I mean, it's a built-up area. The internet will be good. The house is okay size. Got a garden, I think. Although I didn't have any pictures, so it's got a garage, so we can set up our studio. Hopefully, maybe.
对啊。
And a room for Darian.
对啊。
And the kids.
对啊。我剩下1个礼拜了。只有1个礼拜，我们就要飞到英国了。
Yeah, 我们飞机飞。So we'll take off in 7 days. 7 days. We take off the 20th. 20号，对不对？8月20号。
再1个礼拜，剩下1个礼拜在台湾了。
Yeah, and we buy bye-byes.
你会想念台湾吗
？Some things yes, some things no.
那你会想念台湾什么？
汤圆。汤圆，我会想他们。
你去那个中国超市就有了。
Maybe they have. Maybe 应该他们有不一样的口味。我要花生的口味，然后草莓的口味。I want 一样的。我喜欢so yeah, I will miss.
英国没有这种东西啊。
I've never seen them before in my life until obviously Taiwan.
真的？
在台湾对。
在 Tesco 也没有。
But I never even looked for them. It wasn't on my radar to look for them because I didn't even. I just saw 冰淇淋. I was like, 冰淇淋 and 蛋糕 okay. 所以我不知道如果他们要没有。
哇，你不喜欢 ？OK， 这应该是女生的东西啦，就是女人很喜欢在超市看很多东西。
Probably,
所以我们逛街都会逛很久，就会看到这个东西，哦，有这个耶，哦，有那个耶，所以你就会发现在超市里面有很多就是男生不知道会有这个东西在里面的，所以 maybe 如果我们去 Tesco， 然后你要找汤圆，你就找到了，有可能啊，对不对
？Yeah, maybe. We'll have to go in, but they're called glutinous balls or whatever they're called.
怎样？
Yeah,
很害羞是。
Excuse me, do you have any glutinous balls? Why, yes, I do. Come out the back. No, that's not what I meant. I need... They're sweet balls I put in my mouth. Oh, come with me.
越描越黑。
Come with me outside. No.
这是食物。
对啊，这是食物。Oh yeah, over there in the vintage.
太好笑。可是 gluten 这种东西不是在英国也有很多吗？
Oh yeah, we love it, don't we? They have like gluten-free 的东西嘛 ？Gluten-free 对，我们有很多。Oh, we have lots of glutinous stuff as well.
那是什么
？I don't know. I'm not a dietitian person, so.
哦，它是一种 type， 一种饮食的。
Yeah, well, it's like there's gluten in, you know. Well, they're made of it, aren't they?
对啊。
I used to think that was my problem, but obviously it's not, because 我真的喜欢汤圆。
我觉得这个也跟你的心理的状况也有关系，就是因为你真的很喜欢它，所以你的身体也会喜欢它，但是对你的身体不好。
Oh yeah, I mean,
因为医生
对你的健康不好，我知道。
因为医生就说你不能吃很多汤圆啊，但是你就是还是吃。
因为他也说我不可以
吃很多
喝水果汁what else 面包蛋就是不行，所以只有可以菜 like 绿色的菜。
然后那个叫什么 nutritionist 营养师他们就说但是你不能吃绿色的菜，因为会胀气，
会给你胀气，对。所以我可以只有吃鸡肉跟白饭 That's it. That's your diet for the rest of your life. No vegetables. And just chicken. Vegetables, yeah.
是什么东西？
It's let's not go into that. That was a slip of the tongue. I mispronounced.
对
So yeah.
这是真的哦，就是有一段时间 a while ago 我们的晚餐就是鸡肉跟饭，这是真的。
Yeah.
只有鸡肉跟饭，然后我们两个就可不可以吃别的东西？
Yeah, because I was trying to balance my. But part of me, here's a thing, right? And 我不知道，如果我的 condition 是 caused by 台湾的食物、台湾的生活，还是压力或紧张 could be. It could be that I got a feeling, right, that it could be something in Taiwanese food, some chemical that's not in English food that is in Taiwanese food that's used a lot.
可是我在英国煮饭的时候其实都还好啊。
Yeah.
你记得吗？我不觉得那时候在英国煮饭的时候我不会觉得很多的 spice 跟台湾的不一样。
Yeah.
就是很简单，像比如说 black pepper 黑胡椒、盐、糖，maybe 没有酱油，但是我们家也不吃酱油。
So 就是为什么？ So right. So
我们家也其实也不吃酱油啊。
There's this other thing though, isn't it? Yeah, it's 油 I think.
可是油我们也是用
不一样的油，
橄榄油啊。我们家也是用橄榄油
olive oil, yeah, it's olive, yeah.
在英国也是橄榄油
Yeah, olive generally. We used to use olive. It's sunflower oil as well, vegetable oil. 但是他们会用，我不知道他们会用什么。
你说在餐厅吗？
对，但是我记得 the things I was doing around about the time I developed this problem could have been the problem. Like, for example, I was eating way more than normal because I was putting on bulk, because I was getting to the gym. I was also drinking protein shake, which could have contained that particular protein shake could have contained.
那个不是你知道的品牌吗？
我知道。I tried loads of different ones during the time because you got to think I was doing it for a year and I was drinking 1, 2, or 3 of those every single day with milk and with different powders like creatine stuff.
对啊。
Which, funnily enough, is the chemical the doctor said yesterday. Mine's a bit low. I think that white powder stuff, not cocaine. Everybody, don't do any of those things.
不要吸毒。
Yeah. So it makes me think like maybe it was that. Either it was that like this. I was just.
你说那个白色的？
对的，那个白色的还是或者那个。protein 的粉 just 太多 maybe my body was like you've just put too many different chemicals in you and I read a bunch of these stuff about these protein powders you can buy where you don't know what's in them they can put anything in them really and then tell you it's chocolate flavored make you big yay and then you just it could have had any chemicals and one of those chemicals could have caused this.
也是啦，有可能。
I just got to keep thinking about what was I doing at the time. And I just know I was bulking up, going to the gym all the time. So I was kind of I was fit and healthy, but I was over normal weight.
对啊，有可能是你就是一下子太多了，你没有慢慢的加，所以你一下子吃太多，你的身体就受不了，然后就告诉你不要再吃了，给你问题，就是你要慢慢来。那因为医生也跟你讲说，你还是可以吃那个 protein powder，你还是可以，但是你就要慢慢的，比如说一天，然后一点点牛奶，一点点的粉，就这样子，然后慢慢的变多。
Yeah,
不要一次吃很多。
对，exactly. You have to slowly build up.
而且你吃东西就像妖怪一样啊，你就是妖怪，就是你看到好吃的东西，你喜欢的东西，你就会每天吃很多。
It worked though. I mean, what I was doing worked. It worked. I went up 10 kilograms. Yeah, I was like 13 stone.
可是你要慢慢来，就是你会很 rush， 你会想要每天吃。
一年。
不过你现在已经也是很健康啦。我们今天晚上要去看你的皮肤，给医生看你的皮肤。
今天吗？
对啊。
Yeah.
让他看一下怎么了。
他会说。So this is my other 问题. So, I love it. 我真的喜欢，这是 like my 健康的广播。我会给你 updates on 我的健康 my health. I don't really hide anything from this 广播 either. We just tell it as it is, right? 但是 I think that's one of the good things, 因为我们会解释我们的生活的情况是什么，我们的生活的 whatever. And to be honest, like I 我喜欢聊聊 about worry.
不喜欢
because it gives me logic. Like it helps me put my worry in order. So one of the side effects of 你会说症状吗 for 类固醇的 symptoms, side effects?
副作用。
So the 类固醇的副作用是痘痘，他们会给你痘痘，
很多痘痘。
And then obviously 睡眠，
失眠
insomnia.
对，
失眠 and痘痘. So I got spots on top of my head, and obviously bad sleep, steroids, spots. And I haven't had spots since I was a teenager.
这是第一次吧，这么多痘痘。
Yeah.
Right. 这是你的 entire life， 这是你第一次这么多。
Well, yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, I had spots, but not real bad. Not like this. This is different. This is different. So.
对啊，而且还有一个问题就是 Tom 他不喜欢把东西放在他的脸上。
Yes.
所以 even though 我想要帮他，我之前都有买那种痘痘的凝胶，一种就是很像 gel form for acne 那些痘痘，但是我就说你把它放上去，但是你就很不喜欢。
那你知道现在我会用，
现在你会用，但是以前就是没有啊。你要慢慢的，不是说你涂1天2天就会很快就好。
You know.
就是我知道你不喜欢把东西放在脸上，所以如果要你放药啊、涂药啊什么的，你会很不舒服。
我希望那个新的药会帮我。
热热的，对不对？
Because it hurts. It's hot. Well, it's like cold. It stings.
是凉凉的，很像 mint。
It's chemical. Try it on that back spot. You see what I mean? It's like chemical. It's like ammonia or something like that.
我不知道那是好还是坏。我不知道是不是好还是坏。如果它会让你觉得热热的、凉凉的，是好还是坏啊
？I can only say try it.
应该我们要去问医生。
You try it, and then tell me what you think. Because it's a weird. It's nice. I like the feeling. I like the feeling because it feels like it's doing something.
它会给你心理的那个 comfort.
Yeah. Because I like, something's working. Like something's doing something, so that's good. I don't know what it's doing, but it's not like mint. It's like a sting. It's like if you got bitten by a 蚊子 and then you put that stuff on it. It's kind of like ooh. Okay.
真的吗？
Yeah, it's doing that. It's like it's a burny. Try it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are we talking about?
你的痘痘。
Yes, I forgot about everything. Huh?
你的痘痘。
Oh yeah. So we're gonna go see a dermatologist. 皮肤医生。
什么
？Dermatologist. Oh, sorry.
为什么这么难
？A dermatologist.
就是这个英文跟皮肤有什么关系吗？有什么 relationship?
Derma, yeah.
跟皮肤
Yeah, it's the again, I'm not a doctor and shush. Not the dermatologists out there. I'm not a doctor and I don't know.
我们猜而已，我们在猜。
But derma is skin, yeah.
哦，真的哦
Yeah.
Okay.
Antologist, a person who knows about skin.
皮肤科医生。
Win.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
不要再 outro 了。
No, it's not the outro now. Although we did used to play some good music for the for some cool moments. But I got rid of it, didn't I, for something? That probably. Bizarre. Nice coffee though, hey?
很好喝。这是什么榛果的吗？
对，这是
不是
macadamia
哦，是夏威夷豆。
就是 macadamia
我们现在
hazelnut
对，我们上一次在家乐福找到了 hazelnut
yes
的榛果的咖啡，
那个 coffee 会给我问题。
真的哦，我有发现它比较甜呢。
It is sweet, isn't it?
有比较甜一点。
I prefer this one.
真的，我喜欢榛果。
Do you? Oh, high five. I missed. High five again. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, spots. We're going to see a dermatologist and we're going to go get an answer. She's probably, or he's going to say, yeah, just get a bit of sleep or wash your face more or use some. I hope he gives us like some serious 药。
这件事情啊，其实我发现，其实很多医生就会告诉你压力很大，对不对？
Yeah.
然后我们就会说，对，压力很大。然后他说 ，OK， 那你要放松啊，你 need to relax。
很多医生会说，
对
，Go back to England 。I've had 医生 just tell me to go back to England。
没有，这是很多人都这样说，因为连我的舅舅，我的 uncle。Dr. Uncle 他也是这样说，他说因为每个人的体质是有 body type，你每个人的体质是不一样的，所以你去到一个国家，不一定你会喜欢他们的食物，不一定你会喜欢他们的空气，他们的生活品质。所以如果你到一个国家，你的身体会开始告诉你说我不喜欢，它就会让你生病。
但是你不
会让你不舒服。
我的身体会习惯吗？
那可是我知道你会觉得，但是身体的状况是最 obvious， 它会告诉你，right？ 就是你可能自己心理状况，你会觉得哦，我喜欢这个地方，因为在这里我没有压力，我没有家人，我没有很多的烦恼，我可以很开心。但是你的身体给你的 reaction 就是不一样的，所以很多人就是说，一个人到一个国家，他 maybe 喜欢这个国家的感觉，但是你的身体会不喜欢，所以这个叫中文叫做水土不服。水跟土water and mud 他们会不喜欢彼此，你水就是你的身体，土就是这个国家的 ground， 这个国家的 represent 他们的环境，会有那个 conflict， 水土不服，所以这是真的有可能会发生这个状况。像我去到英国，
就是很有趣，我要看 like 如果英国的食物会对你的身体会 like 怎么样？
就像你知道我很喜欢吃嘛，那时候我去到英国，我就很喜欢英国的食物，很喜欢英国的点心、蛋糕，然后晚餐
cottage
pie， 然后对还有
pie though everybody
roast dinner 这些都很美味，我真的很喜欢。但是它会给我身体麻烦。
但是如果我要看，如果你吃了cottage pie 每一个礼拜，我要看你的身体做什么。
可是我不喜欢吃一样的东西每天吃啊。
我想如果你吃like 很多的马铃薯，你的身体会 change，
对
，it'll do something。
对，
因为 like because that could be a cause as well, right？ 因为我吃了很多面，很多饭。I've never eaten so much 饭 and 面 in my life.
对啊
I used to eat much more like 马铃薯 before mashed potato, roast potato.
更 solid 的食物啊。
对呀。Hello. 对呀。
对啊，所以虽然我在英国的时候，我真的很喜欢英国的食物，但是这不代表我的身体喜欢。因为我的身体它会 absorb 这些食物的东西，然后它会觉得说，怎么跟我以前吃的东西不一样？然后你的身体就会开始告诉你，吃太多了，我不喜欢哦，你要赶快再吃多一点饭，赶快吃多一点菜，赶快吃多一点面。所以医生就跟你讲说，你可能在台湾，你的身体不喜欢台湾的diet 的饮食，所以他身体就会开始告诉你赶快吃一点你以前吃的东西。所以很多医生就说赶快回去英国你就没事了。
对，但是我不知道如果我的身体来现在我的身体是习惯 or not to 台湾的食物，所以 when I 回家 when I go back to England my body's going to be like
对啊，怎么又不一样了？
Yeah, I'm just got used to this other diet now. 现在你要换 what are like 食物
对
So, maybe constipation's coming or something. 不知道。
在英国我就有啊，便秘。
Yeah, 我知道。但是 you also had it here, so 我不知道如果这是压力还是阴性。No.
那叫什么
No, because you ate a lot of potatoes.
对，那时候在英国吗？
这是为什么？
对，在英国。
Okay, so I don't know if it's diet or whether it's stress.
对啊，都有啦。我觉得就是因为你到一个不同的国家，你的身体一定会告诉你，你现在所有放进来的东西都是不一样的，所以你要注意哦 ，watch out， 然后赶快吃一些我喜欢的东西。
I don't think people are here long enough if they 如果他们来台湾，他们 they don't 住在台湾 long enough. For it to change.
可是有些不是说每个人 100% everyone 都是这样，因为有些人就说，有些外国人来台湾吃火锅、吃水饺、吃这些水煮的东西，他们都没有关系。所以也不是说每个人都是一样的，就刚好我们两个我们的体质就是不一样。
Yeah. Or maybe not. Or maybe it was nothing that I was doing at the time. It was nothing to do with fun or 运动 or 食物饮食 anything like that. It was maybe it's just at this time in my life I was going to get this thing. And it doesn't matter where I was in whatever country. And maybe it was anxiety or 压力不知道 triggered it and I was going to get it whatever happens. And I just have to adjust my diet.
对啊，
不知道 Or maybe not. Maybe the doctor's wrong. And maybe yeah.
我觉得饮食有关系，而且我发现我之前有在读一张文章，他就说在西方国家跟在东方国家是一个是我们很喜欢把自己的担心把自己的压力放在心里面，然后 compared to the West 你们很喜欢去找一些比如说 professional people 就是比如说心理医生告诉他们一些你的事情，然后做一些 therapy 我觉得是很好的，因为至少在你们的国家，在欧洲国家美国，你们会把这些压力这些紧张告诉一个人，很像就是帮你的身体丢垃圾的感觉
Yeah.
这是很好的。那像在台湾的话，其实你要找心理医生是有的，但是非常的贵，不是每个人都可以 afford 这些钱
Yeah.
所以我觉得很可惜是在台湾反而这种文化会让我们的心理的压力会变得更大，然后变得更 serious。
I think actually, even in Western culture, I think seeing a therapist about like 你的压力 or your worries or whatever it is, there used to be like a taboo with seeing a therapist. Like
真的吗？
Yeah, no, it used to be.
在这边也是就是 even now 也是，就是大家会觉得说，哦，你去看心理医生，哦，你有病 ，you're sick。
Yeah,
大家会这么觉得。
I mean, now it's not seen that way. Now it's most people have a therapist, and it's just like a thing. You go speak to someone, and if and to get your head back on straight or whatever.
对啊，我觉得这样很好啊。
Yeah, I've done it. Yeah, and it was good. Weird, but good. I don't know if 我不知道如果我告诉你我的那个故事。
没有，你没有告诉过我心理医生的故事。
Yeah, but I mean, there used to be, sort of like if you're going to see a therapist, oh, you've got some kind of problem, like you're crazy, you're mental or something. What's wrong with you? But now it's just like, okay, well, everyone has.
很好。
Yeah. It's good. It's great. Why would it? It's a good thing to have a therapist and to talk about it. It's good. Even better if you have like a partner or someone or whatever to listen to you, and then you don't have to pay for it.
没错，但是我觉得这是给你自己的 partner 一种压力啊，我觉得这也是
Marry a
不太
therapist.
好。
Marry a therapist. Oh, that'd be so annoying.
可是
though,
这是
wouldn't it?
关于夫妻，我觉得 marriage 什么 marriage 什么 therapist
Marry a therapist.
marriage
Oh no, not that.
therapist
就是不一样。不是我的意思。I mean, go and marry one. 结婚。Marry a therapist.
我不
Not a marriage therapist. That's different.
对啊，我想
可是他们是不一样的公司 So like
不一样的呀。
A normal therapist, you go there, you say, look, I'm having a bad time at work. My relationships, blah blah blah. My relationship with my parents and my friend or whatever it is your problem is. I don't want to leave the house or something. You talk to your therapist about it. 但是 a marriage counselor 是不一样。And I have mixed feelings about that.
真的。
Yes.
我好想知道哦。But anyway，我觉得虽然你会觉得自己的老公或是自己的老婆应该要听你的 complaint， 你的担心，你的紧张，我觉得这是很正常的。但是我觉得你的 partner 如果听的太多，因为你们的生活是在一起的，所以你们的压力是一起的。然后你会听到自己的 partner 一直讲，会有一种压力很大的感觉，就是 I can't fix it， 我也有一样的感觉啊，就是没有办法去解决这个问题。所以 even though你结婚了，你跟一个 therapist 结婚的话，他也不会想听啊，因为他都已经听了一整天的病人的担心了，他为什么还想要回家听你说这些？所以我要说的 my point is， 我觉得在你们的文化，就是自己有自己的 therapist，然后大家不会给你很奇怪的眼光，他们不会觉得。他们不会觉得你有病，我觉得这是很好的，因为你至少有另外一个丢垃圾的地方。但是在台湾的话，现在我是说现在哦，还是有很多人会觉得，如果你有 therapist，你有一个治疗师的话，你就是有病，你就是生病了。那他们会觉得你很奇怪。我觉得这样子的 thought， 这样子的价值观是。对我们的心理健康是很不好的。
Yeah, well, I wouldn't. Yeah, I'd agree. But here is a bit. It's just catching up with that kind of culture, isn't it? And it will become much more acceptable because it was like that where I'm from. Where you're seeing, people are a bit like go to therapy. But it's much more. Mainstream now, and it's okay, most people have this thing, and to chat to someone's good. I think it's healthy.
现在有很多的文章就是已经 coming out， 然后告诉大家说，我看 therapist 不代表我有病，只是我需要帮助。我觉得这样子的文章 ，these articles， 它可以帮助我们台湾人可以更能够去 change the perspective。就是他会知道这个人去看 therapist 不是因为他有病，而是他需要帮助。我觉得有病跟需要帮助是很不一样的。
Yeah.
对啊。
Yeah.
所以我会希望这样子的这种 thought， 这种价值观可以再更进步。
I think like when it comes to marriage therapy, how do we even get here?
我想知道这个故事。
Yeah, when it comes to marriage therapy, I'm in mixed opinions about it because I like to talk. If you've got a problem, I like to talk about it. Especially in your marriage, you should talk about it. And if you've got something that is going to cause you problems or it's causing you problems, you too should talk about it. I kind of understand why you might get one is if your husband or whatever, your wife doesn't want to talk about it and they're closed as people. And it's like, and you're just falling apart from each other and you don't want to talk about it. You'd get someone else involved maybe to kind of be in the middle of it and say, look, can you just listen to what she has to say? Can you listen to what he has to say? Let's meet in the middle somewhere and fix it. But I think,
can't run away.
No, but I think you're always your first place you should go is each other, and say, look, and just be honest about it because what's the point in wasting your life in a relationship that's making you unhappy, like really unhappy like that. If you just say, look, your feet, they're massive. I hate your feet. They're huge and like a hobbit feet. And I don't like it. Can we talk about it? And then you have to sit down and talk and have a dwayhar about it the other day.
Yeah.
So, but you don't need to go and to another person and get them involved and say,
所以他觉得你
他的脚很大，
对，
我真的不喜欢他的很他有很 like
毛毛的脚，
很丑的毛在他的脚上。I really don't like it. Can you tell her? And then she's like, oh, you got massive feet. Now you got another person judging you, and you're like, can you not tell him about my?
这个太好笑了。
And also, I think 我想 like 很多男生 and 应该很多女生有 like 骄傲 with certain situations 情况，and 他们的结婚的情况 and they won't want to discuss. Who wants to discuss their marriage problems in public?
我觉得夫妻会有 therapist 或是 counselor 这个关系是因为 the third person is always see the clear picture.
Yeah, because there's your story, 你的故事，我的故事，然后 the truth.
对啊，所以如果只有我们两个在吵一个一个问题，你会说你的故事，我会说我的故事，我会告诉你，我会告诉你我觉得的，你会告诉我你觉得的。
Yeah.
那没有人会告诉你，但是那个 but 没有人会告诉你那个 but 是怎么样。就是大家都会一直在讲，但是我就是这样觉得啊，我啊 ，everything 就是 about 我啊。但是没有一个 third person 会帮助你，就是说，那你可不可以想一下你的老公？你可不可以帮你想一下你的老婆
？Yeah.
所以会有一个 concept， 我觉得是有时候啦，当然我们不需要，但是有时候如果有第三个人去帮助他们去把那个 tangle， 把那个结打开，很好啊。
Yeah, but 这是他们的工作。
那种脚很大又不是什么。
Yeah, but I think like a lot of the TV shows.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of TV shows with these, marriage counselors and stuff, and they always, I know they always make it more dramatic by having this like really involved marriage counselor who kind of sides with the wife, and then the husband's always like, I'm not, or the husband always gets angry and storms out or something like that because they're siding with each other or something like that or whatever.
所以真的会有吗？
I'm sure it's not like that.
Did you have one before?
No.
你以前没有啊
I've never been married.
那如果是
You're my only wife.
是好啦，我知道啦。但是如果是 couple 呢，就是男朋友女朋友
No.
也没有啊。
No, I had a normal therapist just for myself when I was in my hole. Let me rephrase. When I was in a dark hole. No, let me rephrase. When I was upset about things.
你低潮的时候 ，That's called 低潮。
低潮。
对啊。
Yeah, and yeah, not marriage counselor. No, never needed a couple because I like to talk about it. I'm not one of those. The thing is, like, if you're maybe just like 不知道你的感觉不知道，如果这是感觉还是 like 想法，但是你想。你会用逻辑 for example, on a particular problem, 不知道 maybe I'm emotional about it. Like, you're like, yeah, but why didn't you see a doctor about your, tummy problems on Monday? Because, we'll get to the answer. And I'm like, but I don't like the doctor. It makes me feel sad. I'm nervous about it and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, don't be stupid. Just go and see the doctor. That's what you need to do. It's much more practical and I'm more emotional maybe about it. No, I'm just using it as an example. I'm using it.
我在想有吗 I'm not a logic.
You're like, that's not me though. Like, you're not like that. You didn't be like
我想说我们是 opposite， 是你是比较 logic， 我是比较 emotional.
Well, I want to be, fair.
Right.
So,
对
so we could be, either of us could be either way, right? So it could be anything. Like you, no. Okay, just do it. So about anything. So for example, I say,我们需要新的麦克风。
好
Right? And I'm emotional about it because I'm like,
可是很贵啊
yeah, right? No,
Right.
That's
可是这个很好啊，他就是跟我们在一起这么久。
Okay, as you said that, the microphone cut out. Just 为什么我们需要新的 Okay, so, yeah, we do. I'm going to buy microphones. Doesn't matter what anyone says. I'm going to buy them. That's it. That's one of the expenses we're going to do. But this is my example. So, well, I want to buy new microphones, whatever. You may take a logical approach and say, actually, I think your approach, your real approach of this is emotional because you'll go as it's expensive. That's going to hurt our thingy. Well, that's kind of logical as well, isn't it?
对啊。
But then your feeling about it is expensive.
可是我觉得 emotion 这种感觉情绪的问题是，我觉得我应该会讲说。可是他跟我们很久了。
If you say I really like them，
对我很喜欢他们，他们感觉很舒服，然后已经2年了，然后我很舍不得。
我们有历史，
我们有一个 bonding 还是什么的。
他是我的朋友，
这才是 emotional 吧
？Yeah, that's emotional attachment. I go, don't be silly. We're gonna, we're gonna buy these things, invest in better ones,
对
and it'll improve the sound quality and blah blah blah, and it won't keep cutting out.
对。
Why are
Logic.
we here?
Logic.
I know, but are we here because of therapists?
Yeah. 因为你有 example.
I know,
有个
but
例子
the example took so long to get through. And I've now forgotten what the original thing was we were talking about. You were talking about marriage counselors.
对我一刚开始讲的是我看到一些文章他在讲就是说 to lead people to think
因为他们是the 三个 so yeah
对就是不要觉得说看一个治疗师是不好的
yeah so if you're so their job is basically to I hope their job is and I 不知道因为 I haven't seen one before but I hope their job is to you know if I'm thinking more practically about microphones and you're thinking emotionally about it and we can't agree on it. We're like, okay, well, let's go to Terry and ask Terry what they think about it. And yeah,
Terry 在墙上。
对啊 Terry and Susan and Sandra. We know her Susan now, so we can't call her Susan. It has to be Sandra.
Okay.
If I'm having an affair, by the way, it's with Sandra. And she's with Terry. We don't know a Terry or a Sandra. Right? Okay. So Terry's there and he's the therapist. And he says, okay, so Eula, how do you feel about the microphone? You say, 他是我的朋友感觉很舒服我喜欢 I known it for like 2 years and Tom, so what's your problem? And I say, I don't know why I'm crying. I just want to buy some new ones. And then he goes, okay, well, look, how about we keep the old ones and buy the new ones and maybe you can keep her microphone. You can have the new one. And that's Terry. I hope that's his job.
Yeah.
But the TV shows say that the therapist usually goes with the wife and goes, oh, Tom, so you're being a bit of a douchebag about this, aren't you? Why don't you just let her keep the microphones and blah, blah, blah. And then the husband gets up and goes, and storms out, right?
对啊。我希望他不是真的啦。
Yeah, no.
对啊，因为他们一定要是很公正的，很那个什么 drastic。Yeah. 是不是 drastic？dramatic 不是啦，就是那个 therapist 他应该是要很公平的 even.
Yeah, he's supposed to be in the middle.
Drastic 不是
balanced. Yeah.
公平。
Yeah, it's like balanced.
Okay.
In the middle, right?
对，就是不可以就是说
not opinionated.
对，就是不可以就是说因为老婆是女生很漂亮，所以你就要听她的，或是老公很帅，你就要听他的。这样一定要
It doesn't even matter what they look like, to be fair. just
我只是说一个 example， 就是他不可以对，不可以因为他们喜欢老婆就听老婆，这是 bias， 对，这是很偏激。
我不知道如果他的工作是 like 给你觉得你的问题，还是只有听你的问题是什么，所以你可以解释。Maybe 应该他们的公司是只有听你的问题，所以你们可以听到。你的问题是什么 instead of shouting at each other. So maybe it's just you sit there, you're like, you had an affair with Sandra, she was a bit, and you're like, you're going to Terry. And that's just a moment for you to not shout at each other. It's to talk to the therapist.
Yeah.
And him to say, and how does that make you feel? I wonder whether that is how it would be like to actually be married to a therapist.
我不觉得他们会一样
You think?
有些 就像
OK
就这样好了，因为我记得你抱怨我，就是说我不帮你学习中文，对不对？但是我是老师，但是老师是我在工作做的事情，在工作的时候我是老师，但是在
是老婆。
对，我在家里面是你的老婆，我不需要去一定要教你什么，但是我可以跟你聊天，用中文聊天，或者是你用中文跟我聊天什么的，但是我会不想要教你，因为当老师是一种工作，会让我没有办法 separate my role。我会觉得所以我在你面前我还是老师吗？这样子。
Yeah, that's true.
对啊，所以身为一个治疗师，他们也会一样嘛，就是回到家就是一定想要当老婆当老公，他们不想要当你的治疗师啊。
如果你
还是我们要去找一个，我们去英国，然后我们去找一个。因为我不觉得它是不好的事情，不是因为
我不知道 I had a dream about that the other day.
真的啊，我觉得不是因为我们不爱对方，不是因为我们有问题，只是因为我们想要有一个什么？我们想要有一个沟通的一个 platform， 一个平台。对啊，因为我们用广播讲，可是他们也不会跟我们讲话啊。
I know.
Right? 我好希望他们可以跟我们讲话，我们的 listeners.
Yeah. Well, actually, 应该我们会换我们的战略 hate the sound. 理论 strategy for the 广播
Yeah.
所以 maybe we won't have to. 但是我有梦啊，我需要解释我的梦。because it involved 语言
Okay.
and what we're going to do in 英国。所以我们的战略 was to 我们会 like 在英国我们会所以我们住在英国的时候，我们会用很多中文 to communicate with 我们的孩子 and each other。所以他们会有很多 so that 他们可以听很多中文 and they respond in 中文 and they keep 中文 in their lives as they continue, 因为他们会有了很多英国人的朋友 and all this kind of stuff. And 我的家庭会用英文当然。So their input will be English. 但是 I had a dream where Mason got to nursery and he was mixing everything up.
真的？语言吗？还是什么？
语言 yeah.
Okay.
And he wasn't up with the other 3-year-olds. But he's not up with the other 3-year-olds because he's hadn't.
他还没有跟其他小朋友玩过。
So and Kyrie also isn't at the level she should be in England at her age. She's probably not at the level of Zhongwen either at her age.
我有发现哦，他的中文在学校是好的，在家不好。在学校 OK 哦，就是在学校你听到他跟老师在学校的中文是 make sense， 也 make sense， 就是但是回家之后，他的头脑的 logic 会变 ，even though 他还是在说中文，但是他的 logic 会是转成英文的 logic， 但他说出来的是中文。
我想他的中文楼下是很好。
对，
因为他跟阿玛西亚说话。
对，
但是 with us it's different because she wants to use English.
对
So she switches to English and it's like I'm English now. Like
对，
and
我现在要说英文。
Yeah.
对
So it's going to be difficult.
对。
You know, and I think when they get there, they're going to have a couple of months of just like intense trying to catch up with the English of all the other kids.
我觉得可以啊，因为小朋友真的是要给他们多一点的 credit， 就是知道说他们是可以的，因为他们还小啊。
当然他们会。Now look, I know, I'm like a mime now. I know that that they'll catch up, and I know by the time they're teenagers, they just won. They win. They've won. Sorry, monolinguists. They win. Okay? Because, you know, they get to speak both languages at like a native level. And, well, 赢了。
不要 show off， 不要炫耀。没有啦，大家都很棒。大家都很棒。
Sorry. Yeah. So, but they will catch up. 但是 they will be slower than all the rest at individual languages, I think.
我觉得只要爸爸妈妈知道他们会有这样子的问题发生的话，给小朋友多一点时间，他们是可以的。
Yeah. 我想如果 at least you communicate with them in 中文。We both will anyway, but I think when we first arrive, it's going to be like now everyone speaks English. It's they've never been there, so like everyone's going to look totally different, be totally different. The temperature's way different. You know what I mean? They can go outside now. You know, they're going to be tired and like confused. And I think until we settle down, it's going to be like a mix for sure of.
我觉得 对 Kyrie 来说，他是会喜欢的，因为 even 在台湾，他看到外国人，他就说 Daddy， 他说英文，就是
英国人，
他是兴奋的，他是很兴奋。知道他的朋友或者是有人会说英文，所以他会用英文跟他们说话。我觉得最大的 shock 会是 Mason， 因为 Mason 从以前他是 baby 的时候都是跟阿嬷在一起，跟阿嬷睡觉，然后跟阿嬷玩，就是我们工作的时候他也都是跟着阿嬷，阿嬷就是给他很多中文的 input， 所以他会 他也没有去过学校，he hasn't gone to the school yet， 所以他不知道有其他人会说英文这个东西，他都觉得好像只有中文。所以当 Mason 去到英国的时候，他会发现，怎么大家都说英文？怎么大家都说跟阿嬷不一样的语言？我觉得最大的 shock 会是在 Mason 身上。
Yeah， 而且
他会吓到。
对，我很有去看Kyrie， 我同意。
但是我发现 Mason 我觉得 Mason 是从中文，他只听得懂中文，到现在他会说英文，但是他可以听得懂阿嬷。
Yeah.
你知道吗？他的 language 是这样，他会说英文，但是他听得懂阿嬷的中文。
Yeah, I know. 然
后
he'll receive it.
对
，and do the thing, but he will speak English.
对，就是他的 receive 是中文，然后他说出来的语言是英文，所以阿嬷听不懂。
Yeah, this is like 很有趣，因为 this is like me in a way now because of the amount of input I have versus the amount of output.
对啊。
But I think it's very interesting, like her看他跟 Caroline 玩，你记得吗？他们玩的时候，他们会 like 换他们的语言 like 很多 like they'll flip flop 拖鞋they'll flip flop between 语言中文英文中文英文中文 because they're both 混血儿 and they both know 中文 and 英文 so they'll flip flop between the two, which is so interesting.
对 Caroline 他的好朋友，我们在一个餐厅我们认识。对不对？我们在餐厅认识的。
Oh yeah, the Movenpick, yeah.
对，我们有一次去到一间餐厅，然后发现我们的隔壁 they were sitting next to us， 然后那个小朋友那个爸爸是英国人，然后妈妈是台湾人，就跟我们一样。然后他们的女儿叫做 Caroline 就会一直看我们吧，right？ 他好像就是看 Kyrie， 他很兴奋。对，她就是一个很活泼、很 outgoing 的小女孩，然后所以呢，他们就玩在一起。然后 Carrie 就说 ：“Daddy, Mommy, Caroline 会说英文呢。”然后她就很开心，然后他们就变成了好朋友。
对，
然后我们就去 ，So I think 我们只有去公园一次吧。
Yes, one time, yeah.
对，我们就去公园，就是野餐。We went out for picnic。在一个公园里面，然后我们发现他们在玩的时候，他们会用中文，他们的第一个语言是中文，然后他们可能会用一点点英文去 communicate。然后 Caroline 也是，她跟妈妈也是说中文，她跟爸爸就是会说英文。对，所以我觉得那种小朋友的语言的 structure 是很好玩。
They go from one tent speaking 中文 and then they come over to the other tent and speak 英文。And then they do it back and forth, like Chinglish most of the time.
对啊。
And yeah, that was 很有趣。
我很喜欢看 Carrie 跟其他小朋友玩，我也很期待，就是看 Mason 跟其他小朋友玩的时候，他会用什么样子的语言？
不知道。
对啊
You know, I don't know. 不知道。
我觉得 to Carrie， 我觉得英文就是他的语言了。我觉得。他 even 也说，你知道他上一次就有一点点 break my heart， 他就说我喜欢英文妈咪，我不要中文。然后我就觉得怎么办？
She will when they're young。
对啊，就是还是我觉得很多的学生 even 有些学生来我们 Mandarin Monkey， 他们就说其实我很小2岁3岁我妈妈会跟我说中文，但是后来他们就没有说了。我觉得是很可惜，就是妈妈爸爸不要 give up， 我觉得你们不要 give up， even though 他们在学校的环境他们都是英文的环境，那你会说中文的话，你在家还是用中文。我觉得有时候可能会小朋友会还是说英文，然后妈妈就觉得 OK, there's no point I speak 中文 with you， 因为你都跟我说英文，so 那我就跟你说英文吧。我觉得就是很可惜，就是不要 give up， 不要放弃，就是你要一直跟他用中文去沟通 even 就是 to let them to get used to it， 你还是就是让他们多听中文。
Yeah, you have to keep going, yeah, for sure.
中文好
OK，
我常常跟你说中文啊，你都不跟我说中文。Silence。
She knows.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, we've done a lot of flip-flopping ourselves actually about on topics today. I don't know how we started this podcast. Hi to Jordan, by the way, who recently joined as a member
对
this morning.
是的欢迎
Welcome to you, Jordan, and Andrew. And Andrew for joining as well on Saturday.
是
Not sure if we said hi and thank you. So hi and thank you to both of you.
对啊，欢迎你们
Yeah, welcome to all of the things you get for being a member. What else?
差不多就这样了吧。下个礼拜 next week 我们还有2个广播 will be on SoundCloud with you guys with everyone.
Yeah, so Monday
对
normal.
对
Wednesday is the Friday one.
没错，所以星期一、星期三是最后的2个 podcast， 不是最后来，不是 at the end， 但是就是我们去英国以前，对， 剩下的2个广播，然后接下来呢，我们就会跟大家 update maybe on YouTube、on Discord、on WhatsApp 这些 platform。对，我会跟大家 update 我们的状况。
Yeah, we're going to try and keep up as much as we possibly can. So yeah, as you said, Wednesday is going to be the last one, and not forever, just until we can get everything set up again in somewhere in the UK.
对，
we have 1 or 2 options at the moment. One is we're going to find a house to stay in. Hopefully today we can put an offer in on a place or send an application at least for 2 of them, and then hopefully get one.
没错。
Or we'll be in a temporary accommodation, like a holiday accommodation for some disgusting amount of money per night. Right? Which we'll set up the podcast stuff. I'm sure we can do a podcast from there. Hopefully, we'll see. We'll do our best, guys.
对啊，对啊。
We'll do our best to keep your weeks entertained and everything else. Now, also, I want to say that we have since we talked about the Guanbo and what you guys like to hear us talk about. We got a bunch of responses and
谢谢你们
about talking about life, and people just tend to quite like us talking about life as opposed to, I don't know, other structured
就是很生活的啦 lifestyle 对啊，我觉得就是 everything lifestyle includes everything.
Yeah. So the preference, okay, so that's cool. We'll definitely keep doing that. I am thinking about we're going to change the format when we get to the UK. The story stuff will still stay. We'll still do stories. 但是 I said before, I've got a lot of work to do with the coming apps that are coming out. I really have to push them all. So I might be a bit busy for a little while. So Eula might be hosting with Terry. Terry.
我不会
It's always Terry. No, with someone else.
我觉得大家还是需要你，因为你会帮他们，就是告诉他们英文的 content 上下文。我觉得他们还是需要你的啦，因为如果这个广播变成是我跟其他老师
对啊，所以
在聊天的话，
我知道我们会有这个comment， 所以我会去and then get real busy with our apps and that stuff. I'll come back after the apps. 但是你跟那个maybe 老师可以说话，然后你会只有说中文很快，因为这是你的 natural language。然后我们会有很多人抱怨说我听不懂你说什么，你说太快，为什么你都只有说中文？all that kind of stuff. And I'll just go, we'll just go.
没有，是因为我们现在有太多的 message， 就说太多英文了，所以我们还不知道这个 balance 在哪里，就是我们不知道到底是要全部说中文，还是全部说英文，还是因为我们现在在做的是 Chinglish， 我们是中文跟英文，所以我们现在是在 mix.
We've also had comments that say too much 中文，too much 英文。
我觉得 too much 英文比较多。
Yeah.
他说不够中文。
We've had a couple of those. We've had
小心。
you speak Chinese too fast, too slow. You speak English too fast.
有吗？
Yeah, when people say
是你吧，不是我。
我。
Okay.
So that when people are learning both 英文 and 中文 from the podcast. Okay. When people are learning both languages from the podcast, they complain about both.
对啊。
Not everyone. Don't get me wrong. I mean, just this in the last 28 days, the podcast had nearly 24,000 views. Listens, downloads, or whatever. which is a record number. It's still growing. And out of those 24,000 unique people listening, on the different platforms, we've had 2 comments or something, 2 or 3 comments, two comments that have said something about this. It's always the crappy comments that hit you the hardest, right? But we get way more lovely ones.
对
than,
对，我觉得我们有自己的初衷的意思就是我们的 initial purpose， 我们的 initial 热情，就是要对，就是要用中英文去跟大家聊天，因为这个我知道对很多 high level 的人，你们会觉得这个没有用啊，我干嘛要听英文？但是你可以听我中文，或者你可以去听全中文的 full Chinese
radio show in 中文 yeah.
对，那很多，因为而且他们还有更多的 topics like even medical even 你的 investment 还有什么的
投资
这些 podcast 真的是比较适合你们，但是我觉得还是要有。我还是说一句啦 ，building interest is the most important part to us。就是我觉得只要你能够去 build the interest， 这对我们来说是最重要的，因为我们不想要给你很多的挫败，我们不想要让你觉得很 frustrated， 我们想要你们可以 relax 放松，然后就是 to enjoy 这个中文的 input 就好。
It's edutainment. For those of you who are typing rapidly and rabidly now, frothing at the mouth, going, it's more 中文。It's edutainment.
对。
If you want to, as I say, if you'd have said, if you're a higher level, if you're at like an advanced level and you want to listen to something, a podcast, Guanbo and complete Zhongwen, there's those out there. They're already there.
很多
Go and have a look. They're all in Zhongwen. You can enjoy it and sit back and relax. But for the beginners, for intermediates who want to, who maybe don't quite understand the Sangsawen, who just want entertainment, who want to sit back and listen to something, a bit of Zhongwen, a bit of Ingwen, understand what's going on. Just a way somebody, wait ting woman the Guanbo. So we're going to switch a couple. Maybe we'll do the Mondays doing a story. Maybe you and a teacher will do a story, or maybe Fridays I'll do the Friday ones with you. And if it doesn't work and we get people going, this is not what it was, then I'll come back.
对啊，我觉得 Mandarin Monkey 我比较希望的是我们可以帮助到很多人，我们不想要给大家很多的压力，因为 learning should be fun， 不是 should be stressful。我觉得这是我们自己的 tagline。对啊，
Right, it shouldn't be, right? Yeah, and you have to enjoy it. And to close on that, we've also had loads of comments that have said the opposite and have said that this is exactly what I need.
好棒。谢谢你们。
So for those of you, 谢谢. And for those of you who want to complain, we don't care.
对啊，你们就 complain 吧，因为 maybe we can help you. 我们是你们的rubbish bin. If you want to give us your rubbish, then go ahead.
对啊，
没关系的。Okay, welcome.
Yeah.
好，如果你们想要试试看我们的 free lesson， 都在我们的 website 上面哦 www.mandarinmonkey.com。
You certainly can.
对，还有很多的 private lesson, group lesson, and Cynthia 老师 is launching her business course, so you can be looking forward to it.
Okay, so those of you who want to dig deeper into business culture, business language, Cynthia, who has 15 plus years experience in the business world, can teach you exactly that. And that will be available very soon. Outside of that, you can contact us, chat@mandarinmonkey.com, or you can become a member, patreon.com/Mandarin Monkey. Get all the downloads, all the books, all the decks, all the thingies, all the stuff, all the audio and everything else. And come to Hangouts.
对啊。
All right, love you all.
谢谢你收听，谢谢你收看，我们下次见喽，拜拜。
Bye.